Good evening and welcome, to this week's edition of Le Cheap Pop Podcast, brought to you by First GenXers. We are your hosts. I am the one and only Dark Lord 100. And with me today is Rune Scryer, as always. What's up, brother?
Hey, how we doing out there?
They should be doing good. They're watching the show. No, we will be joined later by the one and only point man, Mr. LFW himself, Saint, at a later time. So we're going to open up with what we always open up with, and that is hot topics. Wasn't that the commercial?
Yeah.
Except it's Hot Pockets.
Yeah, it's also Jim Gaffigan's little bit.
Well, I don't know how to tie that into what we're about to talk about, but we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about what we've been covering at the top of every show, and will until, well, probably after next week. We'll have to find something new to follow to open up with every week. But this week, again, we open up with Daredevil Born Again, Season 2, Episode 7. Yeah. It was a good one, man. It was a real good one, I can tell you. It's funny because I love the fact that they renewed, and I'll kick it off with this. I love the fact that they renewed Season 2 and Season 3 at the same time, so that way the writers could write Season 2 knowing that there was going to be a Season 3, and I think it makes for much better writing, and especially in a connected universe where they're trying to tie all these loose ends together. It definitely makes for a better story, and I think we're definitely dealing with that. So, Dave, your overall thoughts before we dive into the kind of key points of the episode. Your overall thoughts on the episode?
Fantastic, really great lead up as a penultimate episode to what's going to be just a slam bang of a finale, of a season finale. Gives answers to questions that lead to more questions.
Yes, very much so.
Especially about a certain hero for hire, shall we say?
It's the first time he's been mentioned in the show, and it was a funny way to mention him. But we kick it off with the trial of Karen Page. Matt resurfaces himself to the public eye to be her lawyer alongside.
I was actually not expecting either Karen or Doyle to have survived that night. So one or the other. Either Doyle was going to shoot Karen or Doyle was going to get got. But it's a good swerve, not complaining about it. Having Nikki, I know her last name's McDuffie, but Matt's partner is representing Karen.
Kristen,
right? McDuffie. Yeah, God. Yeah. But yeah, when they're up against that 3-judge tribunal, the kangaroo court that Fisk set up in there, and Kirsten's going head to head with the corrupt DA in there. And then all of a sudden Kirsten says, "Well, Your Honors, allow me to bring in my co-counsel." And the DA's already calling for the cavalry. Doors open. Matt Murdock for the defense, Your Honors. The dude that's been missing. The dude that's been, And what's more important, Kirsten laid the groundwork out perfectly in arguments with Hodgkiss, the DA, in there, and Hodgkiss is is like, and the judges, or no, it was the judges who said, may we remind you that this is not a standard trial. There is no jury for you to pander to. And Kirsten smiles and say, you think so?
You think so?
And it just
You sure about
shows
that?
the row of cameras filming the trial live.
Very
And
much so.
yeah, they have control of the media circus. They completely yoinked the reins away from Fisk's team because Fisk wants to completely destroy Karen Page.
Yeah.
And the whole vigilante movement. Yeah, he wants this. And yeah, what should have been an easy layup just got completely shot blocked.
There were consequences to that as the three of them, as Cherry and Kirsten and Matt get attacked.
Yeah. Oh, I am glad that we get to see Cherry, make sure that he's okay.
Yeah. And Matt gets shot in the leg, leading him to kind of go into hiding. Like, this is just getting more and more crazy, like, and insane. But for me, like, and that leads us into our next part.
Also we get a nice scene where Karen, first two scenes of Karen in prison, where first she gets visited by Fisk.
Yeah.
And Fisk is threatening her with her past, where wanting to reveal that she killed her brother. And all that.
Yeah, I remember that.
And Karen standing strong, standing tall on that, refusing to back down. And Fisk just kind of goes off on her and chokes her through the bars for a bit before leaving. But then Karen gets taken out of the jail cell she's being held in at the 15th precinct by none other than our good friend Brett Mahoney, now chief of detectives for the 15th precinct. So another flashback that was good to see.
Yeah, very much so.
Glad that there's still, some good cops on the force in there, and that they're not all gunning for Matt and everyone else.
Well, I can say this. It's interesting how all of this is playing out, because like even amongst the guy that got himself killed, like helping Karen and Matt, that was with the ATVF, like they've had this theme of their, like, despite all this darkness, there are small bright spots.
Yeah.
That will help the good guys shine at the end of the day, and he definitely is another one.
Yeah. And Fisk is absolutely losing it. As he's losing control of the city, he's losing control of himself.
Yep.
And
he's becoming Kingpin.
Yeah. Third jail sequence.
Yeah.
Karen and Heather face to face.
She comes and interviews her, and that's just an insane scene.
That was just great. And Karen's all like, yeah, that technique's been, because Heather's trying to push buttons for the psychological report, and Karen's pushing back. And then
Karen pushes back a little. Now, I won't say too hard, but Karen pushes back a little hard.
She found the buttons to push on Heather.
Oh yeah.
And Heather, where it's like, that thing that you push Matt away from, that unavailability, that secretism, that's what makes him part of us, him and I, and that's something that you're never going to have. And Karen or Heather just leans over and bitch slaps. Yeah. What did the five fingers say to Karen's face?
Oh my goodness! Like I was paying attention, but I was kind of like, I had something on my computer that I was looking at the same time. All of a sudden, I just saw her stand up, and I went, "What? Pow! Oh shit!" Pow! So it's like, Doc, you can't beat the crazy out of him. You got to talk it out of him. You can't beat the crazy out of him.
Yeah,
relax, Doc.
Yeah.
But all right. But speaking of, now that does slide us right into the betrayals and redemptions.
Yep.
In the process of betraying one person, a young gentleman in this show gave himself a redemption arc. Sadly, it was the end of his arc because of his actions. that is Daniel.
Yeah,
The sacrifice that Daniel makes of giving himself over
yeah,
instead of turning over BB.
yeah.
Um,
He's
yeah,
driving BB. He's driving BB to the kill room, literally.
yeah,
Um, Buck has a room, in a walk up brownstone. He's got all set. He's going to kill BB there,
yeah,
and Daniel knows this. Daniel's already told Buck that he's on his way with BB, and then finally, at the 11th second of the 11th hour of the 11th minute of the 11th hour, he tells BB to run.
yeah,
They're out in the street. Run. Don't tell me where you're going. Get out of town. Get out of here. And hands her his phone.
yeah.
So she's got the goods. She's free in there. And Buck, yeah, Daniel gives a good effort in the ensuing fight, but Buck just is too much, and
Beats the living snot out of that poor
yeah,
boy.
then stands up, straightens himself up, does the gun threat to get Daniel to tell him where BB went, and Buck doesn't say I don't know where she went. He says, well, actually, he does say I don't know, but
Yeah,
he says in a way that it's like I'm not going to tell you.
right. I wouldn't tell you even if I did know.
Yeah,
Like,
and
that's yeah. 'Cause I ain't gonna lie.
we don't get.
I don't know if I'm taking that bullet for anybody like other than my child. Like, I don't know.
We do not get the journey cutaway at the end. We know
Yeah.
he got capped.
Oh yeah. Like the way they shot that, I was just like, yeah, he did.
Yep,
He definitely did.
yep.
Um,
In there.
yeah, and it's poor. What's up?
Speaking of Michael Gandolfini,
Mhm.
he was on a podcast with another son. Oh, Hoffman, Dustin Hoffman's son, and they're talking and they're criticizing nepo babies in the acting world, and then they're like, well, but we don't count, or no, it wasn't Dustin Hoffman, it was some other, famous actor's son.
Yeah.
We don't count because our famous parents are dead.
Nepo babies. Ain't nothing wrong with Nepo. Ain't nothing wrong with Nepo at all.
Yeah.
All right, and then the other redemption arc that happened is Matt releases Poindexter.
Poindexter, yeah, and he gives him a task.
Yes, he gives him a task to go protect the governor, who Fisk has now, in his wild machinations since what's her name's death.
Since Vanessa's death, yeah.
Since Vanessa's death, has decided he was going to assassinate the governor.
Well, it's because he knows that the governor has the power to revoke the Freeport Charter,
right?
And everything would be exposed. But he got information that the governor's reached that point after the City Hall riot, and that they're going to start. And he got information from his plant in the governor's office that she's starting on this immediately. So, and we see the governor calling up her AG to begin the process and to file the paperwork tomorrow. Yep. And we see somebody creeping up in the balcony. We don't know who it is. Then after the governor's off the phone, someone's behind her, garroting her. And then turns out the dude up in the balcony was Bullseye, and he takes out the assassin.
One shot. And then you see him walking away.
And gives a little salute to the governor and walks out, gets the hell out of Albany.
Yep. And it was a great scene because, like I said, redemption arcs are always awesome. Like the first several Marvel movies were basically about Loki's redemption arc. And so like I love a good redemption arc, and I love the one that they're giving to Bullseye in this thing where he's going from being a complete bad guy to kind of being a tweener. Kind of being a guy that can do bad things, but he tries to do them with good intentions.
I really do think that he's going to show up in Valentina Allegra's Avengers, the new Avengers.
The new Avengers.
Yeah.
Thunderbolts.
He's got Thunderbolts. He's got that feel.
All right. We kind of already covered the psychological warfare aspect of it, because that was the Heather versus Karen. We talked about that, and then Fisk isolation with his visit with Karen. So we're gonna jump that and go to the Defenders connection. Jessica Jones arrived. We saw her in action. This is where we were talking about the mention of somebody else's, because Matthew Lillard's character, which A+ actor is Matthew Lillard, man. Anytime
Mr. Charles.
Yes. But he says to Jessica, as she is about to basically rip him in half, that he's her only link to Luke.
Yep.
And that Luke is out doing the Lord's work.
He is out doing God's work for protecting our country.
Yeah. So that was great that we had the mention of Luke Cage.
Indeed, fantastic. Yeah. And we also find out that it was Mr. Charles who sent people to gather Jessica Jones.
Yes.
Gather Jess. And Jess is rightfully pissed off. And Mr. Charles isn't even trying to get out of that. It's like, that was not me, though. That was Fisk superseding that order. Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted them to bring you in for a talk. Okay?
Yeah.
What they tried to do to you, not authorized. Okay, go punch them through walls, not me.
100%. And
he also let slip that he knows that her strength is not what it used to be.
Yes, very much so. Very much so. And so that means they're monitoring her. They know what's going on with her.
Oh yeah.
And it's only going to get more interesting from there. So I'll say, all right. So that will wrap us up. Is there any other points from this episode that you wanted to hit on?
Just thinking with the monitoring, I'm wondering if Charles is actually a part of Department of Damage Control.
Really? Huh. I could see that. I could definitely see that. All right. All right. So the next show that we're going to be talking about is another one that if you haven't been watching, you should be.
Yeah.
It's on Disney Plus. There are 8 episodes in. 2 episodes come out every week. The last 2 episodes come out next Monday. And that is Maul Shallow Lord. Dun dun dun.
When I started watching this and I told Mr. Dark Lord 100 and Mr. Saint about it, I was saying, dude, this is like the last 30 minutes of The Godfather in Star Wars.
Very much so.
This is Maul coming back. And
give your thoughts. I will be right back in 2 seconds.
Sure. Maul's revenge on everyone who did him dirty, who were his allies and betrayed him. Once the Emperor took care of business on Mandalore. If you remember back to the Clone Wars, that epic fight between Maul and Savage against Palpatine. Palpatine's just kind of just walking in there, all business, handles both of them at the same time, kills Savage and captures Maul. So that syndicate that Maul had, where he was running a collective that consisted of the Pike Syndicate, Black Sun, and is it Crimson Dawn? What was the third one?
I think it was Crimson Dawn because that was the one.
Yeah, basically every criminal syndicate in the galaxy that is not Hut.
Yeah.
Maul was controlling them, and that got stripped away. So Maul's back. He's on the loose, and he's looking for revenge.
Oh yeah.
And
he is.
He starts. You're used to Maul, the really rage fighter, but you get to see Maul, the strategic thinker, master puppet manipulator.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
Quick shout out to Wood. What's up? Happy Sunday to yourself as well.
Hey, Wood. Us. Yeah. We also get introduced to it's on a planet called GenXers, which has a huge mega city, not Coruscant mega city, but big hive city still.
Right.
And Maul, in his opening move, gets security cameras get a picture of him, and we have Inspector Lawson, who is the good guy on the security forces for GenXers in there, and his partner, the droid Two Boots,
my dude,
voiced by Richard Ayoade, who we all know as Moss from the IT Crowd.
Yeah.
And Ayoade does it beautifully. He does it perfectly well. So they've got this picture of Maul. They don't know who it is. All that they know is that the picture has been flagged as contact Imperial Security Bureau immediately, do not engage.
Right.
And Two Boots is like, well, protocol says that we should contact the Imperial Security Bureau. And that's the last thing Lawson wants, because GenXers is relatively free of the Empire.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is in reference to the show Maul, Shadow Lord.
Yeah.
It's on Disney Plus. It's a Star Wars show.
Right. So you have this dynamic in the security forces where Lawson's trying to find out who this person is, and Two Boots is trying to go behind Lawson's back to him to inform Imperial Security, because that's protocol in there. And there are gunfights, speeder chases galore. You have
all of his crew are just amazing.
Yeah.
One of my favorite characters as well. What's up?
Yeah. Imagine Maul's crew of Mandalorians, all with Mandalorian gear, but it's painted to resemble the Zabrak facial tattoos.
Yeah, that was dope. My second favorite non-human or whatever character is Maul's android.
Spybot. The multi-purpose Spybot who's doing everything. He's hacking security. He's redirecting traffic. He's
bye.
Yeah, and great voice acting too.
Yes.
But and Lawson has his own problems too, in that he's a single dad. Yep. He's never there for his kid, as we see in there. He tries to be.
He has good intentions.
He has good intentions, but it's the cop trope. It's the single dad cop trope, unfortunately. Right. And we also find out that his ex-wife is an Imperial officer.
Right.
And so Two Boots straight out says, do you not want Imperial involvement because of your fears of the Empire, or because your ex-wife is an Imperial officer?
Two Boots. Understand. Dave's about 4 episodes behind me, but I can tell you right now, Two Boots is the one that's going to tell it to you straight. Like, that's what I love about it. Like, that's what I loved about C-3PO. Was like C-3PO was the dude that was going to tell it to you straight. And Two Boots is that. And he's going to have your back. He's ride or die. Yeah. He's not going to leave you alone. He's not going to leave you be. But he gonna let you know, we could have called the Imperial people. When shit get hot, he gonna be like, I told you.
Every episode, Two Boots is like, perhaps now we should call them the Imperials when something goes wrong. Also, Dennis Haysbert playing a Jedi Master on the run, hiding out in Janix, and just he's just got that unmistakable, iconic voice, and just bravo on him. He's doing great with that, but everything collides when there's Dennis Haybert's Padawan. Her name is Devin. She's a Twi'lek. Gets picked up for shoplifting some food because they're scrounging. They can't be out in the open. Right. They still try to do good, but they can't. They're street people, and they're doing what they need to survive.
Real clear. Basically, this takes place before Solo and shortly after the Clone Wars.
Yeah, after Rebels.
After Rebels, okay.
Or no, before Rebels, right? Sorry, before Rebels, because Maul shows up in Rebels. Yeah.
So understand, like this is well before these people. Yeah. Like, but this is basically right after Execute Order 66, right?
Yeah, maybe a few years after, like about 10 years after.
So the Jedis are on the run.
Yeah. So Devin gets captured, gets arrested. She's in a holding cell. At the same time that one of Maul's targets is in a holding cell.
The gangster dude.
Yeah. Someone that Maul set against another gangster in a setup got arrested.
Won.
Yeah, and Chris Diamopoulos doing a fantastic. It's a role that Steve Buscemi could have done too. It's like, hey, hold on. So
he got a mouth on him, though. My dude got a mouth on him.
Yep.
He knows when to back down. And he knows when to just accept that things are what they are.
Maul's there for him, but he feels Devin's power, and he releases her from there and takes her with him. The smuggler dude, the crime lord, the criminal guy that betrayed Maul, he gets used to set up the pikes,
right,
by Maul. And in the meantime, we see Maul, Mr. Sith Rage himself, talking with Devin, being absolutely silky smooth like butter with her. And Devin's all like, well, I'd like to leave, and Maul just says, as you wish, and walks away from her. She's in a cell. He doesn't open the cell for her. He's basically telling her to use your power to exit the cell. She eventually does that. And then
pulls the whole damn cell off the thing.
Yeah. Maul is treating her with nothing but courtesy and respect. He's more Palpatine than Palpatine with her.
Yep.
And this is an absolute dark seduction, not in a sexual way, because she's like 14, 16 years old in there. He has tea with her, has one of his lightsabers out on the side, and things kind of happen where
she decides that she's going
to run. She grabs the lightsaber, ignites it, and then Maul shuts off all the lights in the room, so that, and he's like, how terrifying to be in the dark, isn't it? You can't see. And he's exposing all these different points of view between the Sith and the Jedi.
Yeah.
And how, she's had to live her life scrounging.
Guys. Thanks for joining us. Sorry.
Scrounging for survival while still trying to serve people who he says are inferior to her. And all that. And they have lightsabers. Yeah, they have a great lightsaber fight in there in the dark. Devin's freaking out, and they eventually make it to a corridor leading out, and Maul just, she jumps, back somersaults over Maul, and starts heading for the corridor exit. And he doesn't try to stop her.
Mhm.
She just looks back.
Yeah.
What? She just looks back, and he just says, "Devin, I am going to need that back." For Shanks' other lightsaber back.
Like, look, and I mentioned this earlier when we were talking about it. The one thing I like about the writing in this is, to an extent, even though Maul isn't human, it's humanizing Maul. Like, it's very much humanizing Maul, and I love every minute of it.
Maul points out to Devin that both of them are more similar than Devin wants to admit. They both had their childhoods ripped away from them. They both had their family murdered by essentially the same faction, which is the Empire. So they both have the same enemy in here.
And so, like, it's a great show. The finale drops next week on May 4th. May the 4th be with you.
Go watch it. Yeah.
Go get caught up. Binge watch the first 8 episodes. The first episode, I think, is an hour, and the rest are half an hour.
Yeah. Sam Witwer still voicing Maul, still absolutely killing it, and he's got A+ stuff to work with from the writing department. Another triumph from Filoni.
For sure. Oh, for sure. All right. So that's going to take us into our next segment, which is Pop Culture Corner. Yeah. In Pop Culture Corner, we're going to kick it off, unfortunately, on a sad note.
Yep.
And that is
another comics legend has passed away. Jerry Conwell, after a long illness, passed away at age 73 this week. For those of you who do not recognize the name, he was one of the most prolific writers for both Marvel and DC in the 70s and 80s. He created The Punisher. He's the man responsible for Gwen Stacy's neck snap.
Really?
He created Jason Todd.
Wow. Yeah. But 73, again, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
But he had a good long life and contributed a lot of stuff.
Just sad that he had a long illness at the end. But, he was just so major writer on the Marvel sword and sorcery side with the Conan and the Red Sonja books.
I don't know. You think of that again, as Gen Xers, we're at a point in life where Mellow Gas is saying, "What's up, Dave?"
Hey.
Well, I'll say we are at a point where, to put it bluntly, we're watching our childhood die.
Yeah.
All the people that were a huge part of shaping the childhoods that we had growing up. The things that were pop culture and that were popular at the time in which we were growing up. All the people who created all those things are slowly but surely leaving us.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. People who are younger than us will know this experience in a few years' time.
Yeah.
But it's just it's sad, but he gave us
inevitable.
A lot. It's inevitable, 100%.
Yeah.
All right. So next up, we have a story about how James Gunn confirms that a highly anticipated DCU movie has been officially killed.
Yep.
That movie is
The Authority.
The Authority. What was that one supposed to be about?
So The Authority was part first came out in Wildstorm comics
Okay.
during the fracturing of the mid to late 90s, where you had Image, you had Top Cow, you had Wildstorm, all these creator imprints who got tired of the systems of Marvel and DC and went out and made their own thing. So the Authority was basically Wildstorm's Justice League, but more strident, as you would expect from a team named the Authority.
Yeah.
They did what they had to do, regardless of, good, bad. They're the people who are responsible for the universe, for Earth continuing on. Most noted for producing the greatest Batman and Superman XPs, Midnighter and Apollo.
Okay.
Which, if you know those characters, you know it's basically gay lovers, Batman and Superman.
Midnight and Apollo.
Yep. Yep.
I guess in another universe, huh?
Yep. So in the fullness of time, Wildstorm, as the comics market fluctuated, Wildstorm became yet another casualty and got bought out by Warner Brothers DC. And yet again, just like with dating back to Fawcett Comics, the original Captain Marvel, Shazam, and all those characters, the Milestone comic universe, and then the Wildstorm universe, DC really didn't know what to do with these characters, how to fit them in properly. Because especially coming at a time when DC was wanting to have a single unified universe. Okay, that's great. So how do you have, Shazam, Captain Marvel have importance in a world where there's already a Superman? How do you have Icon have importance when there's a world already with a Superman?
Right.
Apollo and Midnighter, how do you have these characters inspired by the originals that have been around for 70 years at that point?
Yeah.
How do you make them important when they're now with the characters that inspired them in the same universe?
In the same universe.
So, yeah. So there's been a lot of fumbling with all that. And they tried to make the Authority relevant by, wait a minute, was Martian Manhunter leading the Authority or Stormwatch? I can't remember. And another thing, Stormwatch, another Justice League inspired group that it's like, you got too many options here, and you've destroyed the whole multiversal concept, which Mark Waid's done his best trying to untangle the threads, and oh gosh, I'm forgetting his name off the top of my head. Also the creator of The Boys.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, but you have two great writers trying to untangle, and it's like the mission creep, where as editorial staff changes at DC, so does the view of the multiverse, and they have to make it all fit, and they're back again to the same horrible tangle that they were at Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Oh man,
yeah, it's
that's
like
DC for you.
Are you talking about the Prime DC universe? Are you talking about the Dark universe? Are you talking about the Absolute universe that Darkseid created? Are you talking about, and on and on and on? It's like, So
I don't know.
Yeah, they had it relatively straightforward with New 52, which is, you've got these 52 universes. Here's how they interact. So that would have been perfect for a perfect bridging, but New 52 sucked ass. I'm just going to say it. On the whole, it was terrible. The stories were terrible, and that just collapsed. And so Grant Morrison, that's who I was thinking of. The other guy, Mark Waid and Grant Morrison, have been the curators of DC history for the past 2 decades, trying to fulfill every editorial whim.
Oh my goodness,
that comes along at the moment. I mean, Grant Morrison had a great idea, especially with Batman, where you have the Golden Age Batman, you have this wackiness of the Silver Age, you have the resurgent Dark Knight of the Bronze Age, and then the Modern Age, and you say, yeah, they all exist. They're all valid expressions of Batman. So you've got Zebra Suit Batman existing alongside the future Dark Knight Returns Batman, existing alongside the Dark Knight Detective, and all these, doesn't matter how wacky or how off it is, it's basically Bruce Wayne, and his little foibles and psychoses. So it's just
it's just a jump. I'm gonna move us forward. So no Authority movie for the DCU.
Yeah,
hopefully
James Gunn said that the script just never came together.
So, and maybe it'll come together down the road.
Maybe,
right now,
but it's just been in development hell for years, for like a couple decades at this point.
Yeah. Now, next up is a little bit of news from Felicia Day. A little web series that she did called The Guild back in 2007, I believe it said. Yes. Back in 2007, basically showing how a true friendship, cool people, and a whole lot of adventure can be found through fandom, which is so true. But her series that got 6 seasons, I believe, on YouTube.
It was self-produced. Yeah, there was 6 seasons. It was an entire storyline about how this guild of players on MMO, basically World of Warcraft, how they meet up for the first time in real life, and it turns into a whole found family story. And they're very imperfect people. You've got a deadbeat mom. You've got a woman who has a lot of issues, who finds her escape inside the game because she does not fit the physical ideal of a woman. It is what it is. So and it was great. What's most like nowadays is a lot of people probably know this reference, Viva La Dirt League. If they also had real life interactions rather than just simply in-game interactions. And Viva La Dirt League, watch that if you haven't. Great production out of Australia, I believe, where they point out all the fun and foibles of MMOs and just have an absolute great time with it. And they talk about fantasy role-playing tropes, like the fact with women, the skimpier the armor, the better the armor bonus. So
what?
Yep. All sorts of that. Yeah. So they are returning this summer with a Kickstarter for a new movie to kind of bring the guild back.
Bring the guild back. I would love to see it. Maybe FX. That sounds like a show that FX would love to pick up.
Yep.
Like the guild. Anyway. Well, I'll say good luck to Felicia Day. I hope they get what they need to make that movie, because I love seeing her ever since I saw her in Dr. Horrible.
Oh yeah.
The sing along blog.
And she does.
I've always
She
loved
does.
her.
Yeah, I mean, she was. She went on to be Dr. Katya Forrester on the most recent Mystery Science Theater 3000 revival. So,
Nice.
considering the Forrester legacy, she does live action D&D stuff with some of the people. I think she's part of Dimension 20 with Brandon Lee Mulligan.
She is an amazing actress, and
she is absolutely fantastic. She is a great nerd.
Now, see, Disney seems to have this problem. At least it seems like they have a problem to me. Maybe not to them, but people just keep watching The Acolyte on Disney Plus, even with a bunch of new stuff like Maul and all that. The show is still getting.
Sorry, real quick.
On Disney Plus, on the Disney Plus app. What's up?
Real quick, I just looked up on YouTube. The Guild is available on YouTube. They still have their channel up, and you can. Seasons 1 through 6. They have playlists for them, including the music video that they did called "Do You Want to Date My Avatar?"
You know, it's another good one. Just a random sidetrack, real quick. Since you were talking about shows on YouTube, an old show. I can't think of any of the actors or actresses' names, but I'm guarantee you've seen them and stuff. Like one of the guys that plays one of the fathers he also played on The Good Place. He played the security guard that sat outside the door to her. But a show called Yes Dear. It used to come on in the early to mid 90s. And it was a great show, but I found it on YouTube. Like they have pretty much the whole series on YouTube. And I was just like, hey, I didn't know you could do this with YouTube. So
okay.
But that's just a random other show. But anyway.
But getting back to The Acolyte, the maligned Star Wars entry.
Yes. People didn't seem to like it when it was on, so much so that Disney canceled it. But now people can't stop watching it. Go figure. That's the fickleness of Star Wars fans.
Yep.
And fandom in general.
But The Acolyte returned to the top 10 streamed shows in Disney Plus this past week. Yep.
I will say this.
Yeah.
It was something that it was a show that I enjoyed every bit of it. I never understood the backlash that was there from
Icky Girl.
What's up?
Icky Girls.
Icky Girls, huh? But I didn't like. I don't know. I didn't see much backlash from it. At least not as much, not enough to cancel it. Yeah. I saw more positive.
I agree. It was just a weird time for Disney for the past couple of years. Still is a weird time, but a lot of analysts, fans are thinking that it's the similarity with Maul Shadow Lord that kind of jump-started the reignition, the current reignition of interest in the Acolyte, because they're both examining the dark side.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah. And it's pulled ahead more. The Acolyte is pretty much more ahead. The streaming numbers are greater than any other Star Wars show right now.
At this point, very much so. Well, I'll say, all right. So, and we've talked about this multiple times. That's why I threw this story in there. But article reads, 10 years later, Marvel is doing the Luke Cage story everybody wanted, but not how anyone expected. And I think he's referring to the Hero for Hire storyline.
Yeah. They're basically saying, Luke Cage is back as a hero for hire. Like, we sort of mentioned. I am not convinced that he literally is back to being a hero for hire. I kind of get the feeling with all the government intervention that he is hero under duress for the government.
Okay. So basically, the government
And that Luke's
like
doing
the original Power Man storyline.
Yeah, Luke's doing what Luke is doing in the MCU right now, because if he doesn't, then the government's going to do something with his girl and his baby mama.
Yeah.
Okay, and Luke's not going to have that.
Oh no, Luke ain't having none of that.
Yeah. So he is doing what he has to do to protect his family.
Okay. So this article, and hey, can't wait to see Luke on film. Like I said, this is what I love.
Yeah.
About knowing that you have multiple seasons to work with, and in today's day and age of streaming, it should be easy to give somebody a full 3-episode or 3-season run without worrying about canceling them. Any new show that you give them three runs, 3 seasons, no matter what the numbers do.
Unless you're on Netflix.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm just saying this is how all streaming services should work.
Well, Netflix is much more one and done than anyone else.
I know, and that's the part that I don't like. That's what I'm saying. Like this, I've been saying this about network TV for a long time. But then network TV, so much of how much revenue they make is based off of the ratings that these individual shows get. Right. I began to understand why there was this need to cut shows if they weren't doing well immediately. But in streaming services, they don't necessarily have that same issue. So they could let somebody run for 3 straight seasons and then cancel them after 3 seasons. At least let them tell us part of the story.
Right.
But anyway, all right. So we'll move forward into. I guess there was a controversy about the DC Lanterns trailer being removed.
Yeah.
And it's been replaced with a new look. I guess there hasn't been much explanation as to why the removal took place. The upcoming DCU TV show has certainly proved controversial. The first look led to complaints over the lack of color and spectacle, particularly the strange near absence of the color green. While fans were furious at a tagline supporting the theory Kyle Chandler's Hal Jordan wouldn't be sticking around beyond this season.
Right.
So
and
I guess there,
Go on. Part of it is that Damon Lindelof, not denying his credentials as a showrunner, he's done some fantastic stuff, but he obviously doesn't get Green Lantern. He doesn't get
kind of like Zack Snyder with Superman.
Exactly. And and he's been kind of vocal about it. About, well, why green? Green's a terrible color and stuff like that. And that hit the fans immediately, started punching back on social media, and he tried to play it off like it's just a joke, people.
Right.
But
you always say it's a joke.
It has not been good. And even the green that we see, it's a very muted, darker green. There's nothing bright. It's the infamous dark filter. I talk about this all the time, but if you notice modern filmmaking technique, when they want to manipulate the audience into a certain emotional state, they'll use different color filters.
Okay.
Like if you want to feel happy and excited, it's going to be bright with sort of an orange filter. If you want to be dark, depressing, broody, it's going to be shot in a darker room with a blue filter. And there, and those subtly alter the mental reading of the scenes.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So this looks like most of it's been filmed through dark green filters. And I mean, Green Lantern at its core, you're talking about representatives of multiple species throughout the universe who have no fear who are literal shining lights to, protect, to save, to everything. This is not quite, even the tagline where they've been talking about, well, this is going to be like the superhero version of the Shield. It's like,
why do we need a superhero version of the Shield? I don't think we do.
Yeah. And that's not necessarily a good thing to have in galactic protectors who are supposed to keep order in there. I mean, it kind of gets into a lot of more modern stuff with Green Lantern, where it's the darker aspects of Green Lantern without the previous context. Yeah, okay. Hal Jordan is a legendary asshole.
Yeah.
He went and decimated the Green Lantern Corps when there were only like a few other remaining. He literally killed his friends and coworkers, taking their rings and putting them on himself. So he had 10 power rings at one point.
In there. Lord Jesus, Hal.
Okay, yes. And he did that because he came back to Earth in the death of Superman to find out that his home city, Coast City, had been destroyed by Mongol. Every man, woman, and child in there. Imagine if San Francisco was wiped out and in its place was an engine to turn Earth into the next war world. That's what he came back to. Yes. And the Guardians just said, yes, very sad. Get back out there and keep doing your job. That's why he went crazy.
Okay, hold on one second. Yeah. Got to bring in our guy. Don't want to leave him sitting in the green room for too long. What's up?
This is not what we're
talking about. It is
the
same.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to give your thoughts on the new look for Lanterns that was revealed by James Gunn yesterday after the old trailer was taken down? We're not hearing you, brother.
Muted.
Okay, he's gonna come back for a second. He's got to.
We do not hear the words that are coming out of your mouth.
So.
So Hal goes crazy and then gets infected by this thing, the entity that lives in the power battery called the Parallax.
Okay.
There you
go.
Okay.
Now you're with us.
Okay,
Welcome to the show.
First of all, what's good with it, everybody? Sorry I'm a little late, but shit happens. All right.
Yeah.
So I have not seen any of this. So what the fuck are we talking about here?
We're talking about how Lanterns it's not shaping up to be what we thought it was due to various numbers of factors. One, Damon Lindelof not really understanding the source material. Two, in my opinion, they're going with the darker visions of the Green Lanterns without providing the context. Like, Hal's an asshole, but we don't get the context of why he's an asshole with the destruction of Coast City, the infection of Parallax, all that stuff.
Right.
So it's turning fans off because we don't have that context.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, we're dealing with like 20 years of changing continuity, leading up, and how the scenes with the lanterns, there's nothing bright about it. It's just all darker green, like Batman. It's Batman with a power ring, basically.
Okay, so basically you're telling me this is a re-kick of when Hal Jordan is he with the seeds of parallax? Is that
No,
what you're telling me?
well, we don't know. All we know is that it's the Hal's an asshole trope without discovering why Hal's an asshole. Without we're getting stuff without context. We don't know if Coast City is still around. We don't know if the parallax entity is still exists in the DCU and has started to infect Hal. So we just don't know. All we know is it's Hal acting like an asshole.
Well, I mean, there's nothing really truly wrong with that, because Hal Jordan has always been somewhat of a smart, smart aleck. But
he's been a cocky.
If he's full blown asshole, then geez, like, what's the future of the Green Lantern then?
Yeah, it's not the cockiness aspect. It's the Hal is a right-wing authoritarian appeal to power character now. It's like he is the ultimate authority now, and he is ready to lay down the law with his power ring, which is such a change from the Silver Age, from Super Friends Green Lantern that I grew up on. And if you look in the comics, you understand, you see the transition over 30 plus years of storytelling with Hal. And you see Hal's realization is that, I really am being an asshole, and his ultimate redemption in reigniting the sun and becoming the spirit and then getting reborn on, whatever that reboot was for the DC universe. But, there's a reason.
I think the New 52, but who's counting?
Yeah,
Anyway.
exactly. We just got into New 52 earlier, but.
Well, go ahead. Finish up.
Yeah, there's a reason why. There's a reason why in the Silver Age you had the trip across America between Green Lantern and Green Arrow, where Green Arrow was showing how other people live and the poverty and injustice that exists in America.
Yeah.
That was
like trying to explain it to John Wayne. And
we'll take a look at the Green Arrow and Green Lantern comics during the 70s, where
that's what I was talking about.
They were doing their thing with across America,
hard traveling heroes. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. So
all right, gentlemen. So go ahead.
We'll see how it goes. I'm going to give it a try. I'm giving it a try solely on the fact that James Gunn is tangentially involved in this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I think that it's also a legacy project of before he came on, but we'll see. I'm going to give it a try and see if the ship gets righted or what,
All right. We'll have to see. We'll have to watch and find out. HBO Max will have lanterns for us soon enough. All right. So in the last thing that we'll talk about during Pop Culture Corner here, IMAX is taking a shot at Disney's Infinity Vision marketing play for Avengers Doomsday. Is basically they are basically talking about the fact that the Infinity Vision thing is just a way to get around, I guess, IMAX and using IMAX. So it's an Infinity Vision is a new certification for premium large format theaters, starting with Avengers Endgame, and the Infinity Vision branding will also be used for this December's Avengers Doomsday.
Okay. Yeah. So it's like being reinvented, like Smell-O-Vision or some new,
I don't know about all that, but
some kind of, some new what as the old people call it, some new finicky, updated, standard type of whatever the fuck it is.
I think it's going to be IMAX with a new name.
It's basically that. Yeah. Large format is IMAX, but this is a new certification process, or supposedly that Disney has invented, to enhance the experience. It's basically the IMAX version of, remember with Jurassic Park, where all the theaters started getting converted to Dolby Digital, both for projection and audio?
Yeah.
This is that for IMAX.
Okay. Who's not gonna do it? Being that everybody wants the most recent Marvel movie because that's gonna make money.
Exactly.
So now it forces them to have to do it if you want to carry the big Marvel movies that you're going to make a lot of money on.
And IMAX is
kind of makes me. Yeah, it kind of makes me wonder why Infinity War or actually Endgame is being re-released in theaters.
It's the trial balloon for this new process.
Money. Yeah, I believe it's partially the trial run. I think it's also partially because they want to get people hyped about Avengers Doomsday, and they want to remind people, remember, we make good movies. And so here's Avengers.
Well, you know what?
Listen,
you know what Disney can do? Hey, dear Disney, hey, look, stop, listen, keep these AI creators out of it. Just trying to go on ahead. Just give us the fucking trailer. Give us a teaser. Give us an official 30-second teaser that we can wet our beaks with and throw something out there at least before, because when the summer boom gets, is getting ready to hit. I mean, what?
Well, Doomsday's not out till December, so they got till later in the year, and I'm pretty sure we'll see it.
The re-release of Avengers is, I believe, August.
Yes, and I believe that will because there'll be enough people that'll want to go see it. They'll make a little chunk off of it.
And like I said, I think that Avengers re-release, they had to justify a re-release,
right?
But this is a test balloon for large-scale adoption of their Infinity Vision certification. So it gives some feedback on it. It gives from both the audience and the theaters. And if it's popular enough, it's going to push more IMAX theaters into doing this certification.
Right.
Which is going to mean more for Disney.
Yep.
Again, getting back money.
So, all right, guys, that's going to wrap us up
for the first half.
For the first half of the show. Partly I didn't get, but that's okay.
It's okay, man. You can go back and watch it on replay. No,
go up and catch up and try to catch up right to where I get in.
Yeah, mostly it was about how awesome Shadow Lord is. Maul Shadow Lord.
That was a good portion of the hot topics. But coming up after the break, as always, we're going to jump down that SmackDown alley and talk a little bit about Raw and SmackDown from this week. And also we'll jump into some video game talk after that. Protect Tinker's favorite part of the show.
You bet.
So you are watching, or if you're on Spreaker or Live 365, you're listening to the Cheap Pop Podcast right here.
Come on, bro. Get it right, man. Jesus.
Get it right. You can hear Mr. LFW. Look, don't.
I'm gonna make you some popcorn and just watch these two.
Oh man! All right, I'm messing with them as always.
Go sell it online and Undisputed.
But we will see y'all after the break for some wrestling talk and some video game talk. You're watching the Cheap Pop Podcast right here on First GenXers Presents. I am Dark Lord 100. That guy over there is the Saint, and the other guy is Dave. We'll see you guys on the backside. Peace.
We back at it. Yep, we still doing it. Poetic beat. First GenXers. Gia. Let's get it, y'all. Come on. We back in the building. It's been a long time cooking in the soup kitchen. And I'm chilling with the Saint. Dropping these beats won't stop, nope, I can't. Let me get up in the lab, turn it up. Game on with the first GenXers. What's up? Let's flip on the Switch or the Xbox and get up in my zone. I'm clowning. Let me clear my throat for a minute. Shout out to my folks while I'm in it. It ain't nothing but love, it's babe business. I really don't know what's so who ain't feeling this. And this is only the beginning. Now versus then, this is something for the chillin'. Poetic got the joints like McDonald's. I'm loving it. It's the first GenXers. We're now rocking with Poetic Beats. This is the first GenXers production. Get your PlayStations out. Get your Xbox out. Get your Switch out. Let's get it in, y'all. Holla back.
Got to keep it. You got to keep it lovely. You got to keep it. You got to keep it lovely. Success comes right after the struggle. I ain't even giving up on whatever I wanted. The tragedies I've seen, I can't even stomach. Most of y'all weak as shit and would've started running. Every time I make it back to the crib, I'm thankful the Most High let me see all of it. Grateful I'm lovely, and I'm being real with this. Please don't judge me. I'ma stay on my shit. I'ma keep a grind mode.
Adam's family like dynamic between Pugsley and Wednesday. Like,
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
Well, I always temper this because I think
I did not like the receiving caution tagline.
I've also seen what Chase Center looks like when the Valkyries are fucking playing, so fuck all of you. Because Chase Center is packed no matter what's going on.
all right, and oh, I'm back. And Saint seems to be back for right now. Oh Lord Jesus.
What happened to Dave?
Don't know yet, but he will be back soon.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah. So for right now, we'll just do this. All right.
All right. What's going on, man? How you
Now,
doing? All
doing
right.
good, doing good. All right. So, you know, guys, we talk down here on SmackDown Alley, WWE only. So don't expect us to cover the WEA, AEW, whatever you want to call it. We only cover SmackDown and Raw. Da, da, da. And this week we're going to open up with Le Monday Night Raw. which happened on Netflix again this week. We're just past the year anniversary of it being on Netflix, debuting on Netflix last year. This episode saw several good matches. I'm just going to give a quick recap of the matches and those finishes, and then we'll start diving into some of the key storylines that came out of Raw this week. What's up, Dave? Welcome back.
Hey.
Let's see. So the Raw matches that took place, we saw Penta take on Rusev. Ethan Page interfered, and Javon Evans made the save as Penta defeated Rusev, but Rusev and Ethan Page tried to jump him afterwards. This is going to be an interesting. They got an interesting group of people there competing for the IC title. Becky Lynch took on Io Sky for her Intercontinental Championship, as she came out and cut a segment where she challenged anybody to come out and challenge her, and Io did so. Becky managed to retain, and Asuka then attacked Io Sky post-match after interfering in the match to cost Io Sky the
loss
championship. So
Asuka tossed Io out of the ring, tossed her into the one of the posts.
Yeah, and just beat it. Yeah, pull Io. Well, say thank God she's so flexible. Anyway, I'll say the next match was a match that was announced during Raw, and that was between the new El Grande Americano taking on Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
And they gave us a show and a half. But Mysterio gets the win after some interference from the original El Grande Americano.
Yep.
And it was also announced that, I believe at WrestleMania, it was announced that they're going to have a mask versus mask match between El Grande Americano and
El Grande original. Yeah.
It's going to take place at the AAA event in late May.
And El Grande Americano Original has the mask insert.
Yeah.
Good.
He took it from the new.
Yeah. So and apparently there was more Grande and Grande action on SmackDown this past Friday as well.
Yeah, we will get to that definitely. The Raw matches took place with just to get them in the last two. Obafemi defeats Grayson Waller.
Yep.
And
Grayson Waller ran his mouth and he found out.
Yeah, was running his mouth to who was it?
Adam Pierce. Or Pierce, yeah.
Adam Pierce, and Oba walked up behind him like, you want a message? And he officially announced the Obafemi challenge, basically, the open challenge for anybody to come out and challenge him, and just a way to keep him busy till we can insert him in the championship picture.
Yeah, and Grayson Waller, we're going to have news on that relates to Grayson Waller later on SmackDown Alley, but
we will during the last part of the segment. I'm going to say Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez got the win with Liv Morgan providing the distraction over Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. A match that was really weird because it's always weird when you go to a heel's hometown.
Yeah. Because
the crowd cheers for them and the crowd chants their name, but they're supposed to be the bad guy. So you had that with Roxanne Perez this week. You had the crowd chanting, "We want Roxy, we want Roxy,"
and then let's go Roxy, yeah.
And let's go Roxy when she's supposed to be her and Raquel Rodriguez is supposed to be the bad guy, right? But you can't do anything about it when the rest of
the fans want what the fans want, and you can't, there's no denying that. I mean, just remember the match or the SmackDown that happened in St. Louis, and Randy Orton was, hometown hero.
Yep.
Okay.
Also tying in the fact that it was in Laredo, Becky Lynch in her usual promo before her match when she was issuing the open challenge is like, and I'm stuck here in Laredo. Nothing good has come out of Laredo. Marty Jannetty came out of Laredo.
Damn. Yeah, people take digs at Marty a little too much, man.
I know.
My dog Marty was the reason why Shawn Michaels ended up being noticed.
And
he was the anchor of the Rockers, but we can get into that another time.
Yeah.
But that was all the matches that took place. Now they touch on some of the major points of this week's Raw, which point number one, it's everywhere. The Bloodline Tribal War that's going on right now is just insane, and I'm loving every minute of it. And we got more of it this week as Jacob confronted Roman. Roman basically said, "Nah, you ain't ready yet, B." And Jacob proceeded to grab him by the throat and tell him, like, "You don't think I'm ready now? You don't think I'm ready now?" Well, that was what his actions said. His words said, "I'm taking everything. Everything." Know what I mean?
Oh, gas, no brakes.
Yep.
What?
So Roman,
I just want to
after he
know
got his
what's up with Jacob's hair. I mean, is that like a tribal hairstyle that he has?
I believe it could. No, basically it's just what braids, right?
Well, but I'm talking about the thing at the top.
Oh, well, yeah, no, that I don't know. That might be a tribal thing. It might not. It might just be the way. There's several wrestlers who do that with their hair. The ones that have longer hair to do that with their hair. When they get in the ring.
Just kind of giving me, Netflix She-Ra vibes with the hair poof like that.
Anyway, speaking of Jacob, Jacob confronted Roman and basically told him again, "I need that championship." And Jacob proceeds to choke Roman out. And after choking Roman out, which was an interesting sight to see.
I did love the shade that Roman threw on Solo Sikoa, where Jacob was, "Solo brought me in here." And Roman's like, Solo couldn't even get a cup of coffee delivered here.
Yeah, pretty much to the building. Yeah, that was a pretty good line. Roman's always had some good one-liners. But yeah, and so Jacob choked him out. After Jacob choked him out, Roman got his voice back and then proceeded to tell Jacob that if he wanted him at Backlash, which is this coming up Saturday, he could have him. So we have officially set the Jacob Fatu versus Roman Reigns match at Backlash for the World Heavyweight Championship. I like what they're doing with the Usos, getting them involved and Solo, and it's kind of allowing the Bloodline storyline to go over two shows without having to have Roman there for both.
Yeah.
Allowing Jacob and the Usos to be able to travel back and forth. Good idea, Trent. Good idea. All right. Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker had a quite interesting conversation on Monday Night Raw. One in which Seth Rollins grew the big enough ball set to look at Braun Breaker and say, "You're not even the number one Steiner."
Yeah. That was, and also props to Seth Rollins for his change in wardrobe.
Yeah.
He no longer looks like a direct to VHS crime lord anymore.
I didn't mind Seth's outfits. They were obviously designed by Becky, but I definitely loved them. They were unique. They were unique to
That's one way of saying.
You know what it reminds me of? Say, you'll probably remember this. I don't know if Bruce Grider will. You remember the Steve Harvey show?
Yeah.
Okay. You remember the character Loretta? She's played by Lady of Rage.
Yeah.
She's the bully girl.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the episode where she decided she was going to be a fashion designer, and she made that dress for the principal?
Yeah.
That's what Seth Rollins' outfits remind me of.
He's also
that's cruel and unusual punishment, but we won't go any further.
He's also stopped rating Ric Flair's trash for spare sequins for his outfits too.
But needless to say, Seth challenged Braun Breaker to a one-on-one match that was made official before the night was out at Backlash. So they're building out the Backlash card now going into the actual show itself.
Which is this Saturday or next Saturday?
This Saturday coming up.
It's on the 9th. Yeah, it's on the 9th. This upcoming week on Saturday. All right. And then the last kind of big subject to come out, the second to last one, is that Joe Hendry has officially been signed to Raw. He came out and gave a pretty inspiring performance and leading to it being
Fire
obvious that
Logan Paul, and
that Logan Paul is going to be his first feud, which I love it. I love it. Those guys can go, so it should be
the Vision jumped Joe Henry, only to have the Street Profits interfere and lay things down.
We just need the red cups back in there, but now, hey, I'm happy with that. No, seriously, the Street Profits. Here's the thing, though: the Street Profits really, they're really probably one of the finest tag teams going right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Dawkins, Ford, just outstanding. And when they come in,
Austin
they show
Theory
up
take
and
a
they
dig
show
at
out.
Or did you see Austin Theory take a dig at him?
Oh yeah.
He took a dig. He reshared the picture of something that I think Montez Ford shared about Bianca Belair being pregnant and Austin Theory. But now we know why the Street Profits came back. It wasn't because they wanted tag team title gold. It was because Bianca isn't going to be a breadwinner anymore for a little bit. Austin Theory, you got the nerve. You got the nerve.
But and then backstage after the run-in, Street Profits just kind of was hanging out with Joe Henry down the corridor, and it's like, yeah, we like that song. That was good. Fire up.
Oh, yeah, because after they saved Joe Henry, they all got in the middle of the ring and did the Joe Henry way.
Yep,
I love it. But they went backstage and the Street Profits are talking to Joe Henry, and then Seth Rollins walks up, and Joe walks off, and the Street Profits emphatically let Seth Rollins know, we was coming after that tag team gold. We wasn't doing nothing for you. Like it wasn't about you.
Yeah.
And Montez Ford looks at him and says, not everything is about you, Seth. Oh, man. As they walk off. I love Montez Ford. He will always be a good friend.
Absolutely.
No matter what, he's got the gift of God. All right. So that kind of, then we had the Usos and Roman Reigns, the segment to open the show. But give me some thoughts on that, Saint. Like what did you think? Like the Godfather-like segment.
Listen, it's always entertaining when you see this particular nucleus together, and you never miss out. That's kind of like the Attitude Era when The Rock comes in. You always know that no matter what you're doing, no matter what happens, even if you got to come out of the bathroom or what have you, your eyes are going to be glued to that screen. So you have that presence with the Anoa'i family, and what can I say? It's always great. It's always spectacular. It's always spectacular runs with them. Every type of opening or any type of promo or whatever that it is that they do in the ring, even just making it happen, because it seems like they're going towards the heels, which I think that's kind of obvious now.
Well, they thrived as heels. The Street Profits have thrived as. Yeah, I hate to say this. Don't get me wrong. This is not a stab, but the Street Profits are what Crime Time could have been. They didn't lean so much into the gangster part.
I don't know, because Crime Time.
More of them. Well, no, I'm not saying they're the same gimmick. I'm saying
no, not the same necessarily the same gimmick.
What they could have evolved Crime Time into over time, like, you know what I'm saying? And instead of having them instead of leaning more into the gangster gimmick, if they evolve Crime Time over time, I think the Street Profits are what Crime Time could have been.
Or what you call it could have been Titus and and
Darren Young.
Yeah, not the Street Profits, but the
no, I know who you're talking about. I just can't think of their name right now. But okay, so But yeah, so the last thing was, but yeah, you're right when it comes to Roman Reigns and The Rock. But no, the story I was going to share with you was about this. Back when I used to actually be able to afford to go to WWE shows during the Attitude Era, we went to one in Oakland, and I'll never forget this. I was headed to the restroom, and all of a sudden I heard The Rock start talking on the jumbotron. I literally cut an immediate left from heading to the bathroom up this ramp to go stand at the rail and watch him on the whatchamacallit. And what made it so special is it was one of the first times that he literally came to Oakland and he did the, finally, The Rock is back. And he does a little thing where he tilts his head back, brings his glasses down, looks dead into the camera. He goes home. And the entire fucking crowd loses it.
Yep.
The entire fucking crowd loses it. And so for those of you who don't know, the Rock was actually born in Hayward, California, which is like a stone's jump from Oakland.
South Oakland.
Yeah, south of Oakland. So but yeah, so like that moment is what you're talking about, like when you talk about the NOI family and them being on point and people want their must-see TV. And Roman Reigns has turned this version of this particular grouping of the NOI family into exactly that.
Right. And also, I've heard that they're going to be joined by one more. I think Talatonga or Tongaloa is, with the MFTs kind of getting split up, is going to be going over to the new bloodline.
Who?
Talatonga or Tongaloa. Can't remember which.
Tongaloa was recently released, so I don't think he's
so
going anywhere.
it's Talatonga then.
Yeah, but now the MFTs are nothing but Solo and Talatonga. That's it.
Right.
That's all that's there for the MFTs.
Oh yeah, because and JC Mateo got cut also.
Yeah. So I don't know about you can call him Jeff Cobb.
Yeah.
But we'll get to all the releases a little bit later.
Yeah.
Let's jump on over to SmackDown.
I guess it's Talatonga is going to drop Solo and go over to Roman.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I know there's going to be conflict, but we'll see how it goes. Solo might be ready to go solo.
Yep.
All right, so
He needs to.
Solo!
I love you, Solo. That was a great time in wrestling. Anyway, so SmackDown took place on Friday night. The matches were real quick and simple. You had the debut of Ricky Saints, which led to Cody Rhodes taking on Ricky Saints. We'll get to the aftermath of that in a minute. But Cody Rhodes defeated Ricky Saints. He debuted with his absolute persona, which he's used on the Indies before. I don't believe he used it when he was in AEW. Damian Priest and R-Truth ended up in a match with Fraxium, not because of R-Truth, but this time because of Damian Priest. And they managed to pull out the victory there to retain their tag titles.
It was a good match, though.
It was a really good match. JC Jane defeated Charlotte Flair, continuing on the presence of what are they called? What is her group called?
I forgot.
Fatal Influence.
Yeah,
sorry.
Fatal Influence.
Yeah, Fatal Influence. And
sound like some Fatal Fury shit, man. Like round one.
Didn't Rhea interfere? Do a run-in?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Well, she was dumping on him too, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she was.
She was man. She was dumping hard. Like.
And next week we got a 6-woman tag match because of it. Royce Keys had another match where he squashed the other half of Los Garza in Angel. And there was some interesting conversations that happened between him and Jacob and him and Solo backstage. The him and Jacob thing I really liked because him and Jacob do have a legit history. Like they're both from the Bay Area. They've known each other 15, 20 years.
AP Dub.
Yep. And so those two seeing that come to fruition there, it's going to be interesting to watch. It's definitely going to be interesting to watch.
Yeah.
But all right, so those are all the matches. Now let's get to some of the key moments, which start with immediately after the Ricky Saints versus Cody Rhodes match, which was a great match.
Yeah, what the hell was that?
Gunther attacks
Yeah,
Seth
like
Rollins. So
what?
Gunther is now officially on SmackDown, and he's officially going after the WWE Championship. So
Okay,
basically,
did we draft?
is instead of having Gunther go after Roman, they're avoiding giving you that match, probably till next year at WrestleMania. They're avoiding giving you that match. Instead, they're going to give you Cody versus Gunther and Roman versus Jacob. So that's why we saw what we saw. Because remember, Jacob is a SmackDown guy. So I bet you it's going to end up being a trade between Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce of Jacob Fatu for Gunther.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it, but damn. Fatu on Raw. I can see it. I can definitely see it.
And so, like I said, Gunther's going to explain himself this week on Friday Night SmackDown, next week on SmackDown. And if you guys notice, have you noticed the little tweaks? Like, this is one thing I love about WWE. The color scheme for SmackDown has been the same. Pretty much consistently since SmackDown came out. That blue and that light blue. But they always tweak the presentation just a little bit. What's up, Mellow guys? I'll say they always tweak it just a little bit to make it seem fresh, and that's what I think they did with this week's edition of SmackDown. They tweaked the look just a little bit to give it some lovely little fresh look, like a new season of SmackDown. All right. So as we talked about, the Bloodline storyline spilled over into SmackDown as well, as the main event saw Solo Sikoa and Tala Tonga take on the Usos. After Tala Tonga laid out the Usos, after the Usos came out to the ring to tell Solo to back up off of Jacob because Roman was going to handle Jacob. And then Solo had Tala Tonga put down both of the Usos and told them Roman don't run shit over here. I run shit over here. So,
and you know what? It was so funny though, because it was the way that he told him, or the way he signaled him, the way like he just walked to the ring and he just went.
Give him the nod. Oh yeah.
Access denied, motherfucking. And walked up to both of them and like, yeah, now.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
This is gonna be good.
I cannot wait to see a confrontation between Obafemi and Tala Tonga. That is going to be insane between those two.
You know, speaking of which, isn't almost
he's over in AAA.
Oh, okay.
I believe he's still with WWE. He's just in AAA. Which, by the way, for those of you who don't know, The Undertaker is actually the one that's booking AAA right now. The same way that Shawn Michaels books NXT, The Undertaker is the one booking AAA.
Okay.
So, but yeah. So that was the Bloodline chaos. Jacob also ended up coming out and causing a disqualification by beating the shit out of Tala Tonga and Solo Sikoa to end the whatchamacallit match, the main event, the tag team match. So all right. So now we're gonna go on to me, which is the funniest segment of SmackDown, and I can guarantee you it's not the one that you're thinking of. Oh, sorry. We all must mourn and hang our heads at the death of the gingerbread man. The gingerbread man that was once Sami Zayn is now no more.
After that diss song, listen, that diss song by Trick Williams, the gingerbread man, that shit was funny as hell, bro. I'm sorry. He let him have it. And the shit was hilarious. And with Lash Legend in the background dancing, that shit was hilarious.
Oh, and the Trick had the line from SmackDown this week. He said, you can ask the legend that Trick Willie don't play when it comes to getting that ass. And I was like, ooh, did they really just let him say that on SmackDown? I guess they did.
It's rated X. No.
now we are going to get the rematch between Sami Zayn and Trick Williams at Backlash. They set up another match. Now, in the final match that was set up for Backlash, and the match that I really want to see the most, The Miz had a segment early on in the show in which him and Kit Wilson tried to trap Danhausen and tried to trap him and beat him up by offering him free human monies. and so it backfires on them, as classic, bits like that go. And Danhausen walks away with 400 human monies, as he says, which the Miz claims is $40,000.
Yes. And apparently in a social media post, Danhausen has offered said 400 human monies to a bunch of retired John Cena and oh gosh, why am I blanking
retired
on
wrestlers?
AJ Styles, yeah, but a bunch of retired wrestlers to come back for SummerSlam.
Nice. You mean Backlash? That's where the match is going to be at.
I think that, possibly Backlash. I can't remember. I'll have to find it.
I know he's looking, because basically the thing with this is a figure and finish up the segment. They have the backstage segment. Then Danhausen comes out to the ring. The Miz comes out and joins him and acts as if he wants to be uncursed. He believes in the curse now, and he says he's ready to mentor Danhausen. And Danhausen, of course, is happy about this because that's all Danhausen wanted in the first place, was for the Miz to mentor him. And Kit Wilson comes out and argues with the Miz and says, "No, don't mentor him. You mentor me." And he tells him to shake his hand. And then there's a back and forth where basically Miz is kind of gauging the crowd and what they're thinking of which hand he should shake. And he finally shakes Danhausen's hand. Danhausen does his little dance. They get happy. And as soon, and if anybody's been watching The Miz over the last 20 years, you should have saw this coming. The Miz proceeds to turn on Danhausen immediately.
Yeah.
Like he always does when he turns on people.
Yep. Him and Kit Wilson proceed to beat Danhausen down. Now, the best part about it and why I mentioned the match that's happening at whatchamacallit is that Danhausen goes to Nick Aldis. He calls him Mr. Aldis, and he tells him he wants Kit Wilson and The Miz. And he says and Nick Aldis tells him you can have them at Backlash if you can find a tag team partner. So now Danhausen is on the hunt for a tag team partner. I would say I'd do it, but I'm way too old. I'm way too old to be starting my wrestling journey. Anyway, but it was a great segment, a classic Miz. Go watch his show, American Gladiators, on Prime.
So you saw it?
Yeah, I watched an episode and I was happy with it. I like the aesthetic, and I'm going to watch more.
Is it literally a reboot of American Gladiators?
Yes,
pretty much. Yeah. So,
but when the contestants win, it's like the gladiators get a little pissed off though. They do. They
do your job. No.
Yeah.
All right, so that will close out our wrestling talk for today. And we will talk more about what's coming up next week. Or we'll talk more about we'll be covering Backlash next week. What's up?
Did we go over all?
Oh yeah. Sorry. Last part of the segment, I forgot about this. WWE did some. We talked a little bit about the releases last week. They did another round of releases this week that included the New Day. That included who else was it? New Day was one of the biggest names that came out.
Tongaloa, you said?
Tongaloa, Jeff Cobb,
Mateo.
otherwise
Kairi
known as
Sane.
JC Mateo.
Well,
Kairi
Kairi
Sane
Sane
was a part of the. We talked about that one last week. Yeah.
Okay.
That she was a part of that first loop. This was the second round of.
Okay.
a
So
lot of
you're
people
talking about
don't.
with JC with Jeff Cobb.
Jeff Cobb. Yeah.
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 But yeah. So like I don't know. Like I was trying to. I was kind of explaining to Dave off air.
Yeah.
These things don't surprise me. You know, it's just a cycle. It's the cycle of WWE and how they do things, and the fact that you know sometimes wrestlers are let go, and especially when they have a parent company like TKO that was hemorrhaging money and is really looking to tighten the belt so that they can start making a profit, you know, off UFC. Because from what I've heard about TKO, they're not making like gobs of money off of UFC. So WWE is really the money maker, even though UFC generates a lot of money, they're not making a lot of profit. From what I've heard, I don't know. So take that with a grain of salt. But it would, but I doubt TKO is going to pay wrestlers. Okay, you guys can kind of jump on this topic, and I'll just kind of present it to you. I get sick and tired of people expecting companies like WWE to just pay people to sit on their couch at home.
Yeah.
Like if WWE doesn't have something for them, the best thing that WWE can do for them is release them and allow them to go work someplace else.
Right. I agree with that 100%. It just kind of sucks, you know, for the New Day. So, but you know, like I said, I understand it from a business decision and from, you know, a personal development decision. The New Day actually requested that they be released, apparently. So, but yeah, it was just the New Day and then Jeff Cobb and Tongaloa. Yeah. Those were the four that got released in this addendum, shall we say.
Yes. And there'll probably be more people released. And the other thing about it is, sorry, that didn't mean to cut you off there, but there's one other thing. Like, how do you expect the new? You keep talking about WWE depends on these nostalgia acts, these acts that are so old. This is one of the big complaints of the IWC, is that, oh, look at all the WWE's champions, they're all over 40. You know, like why do they keep depending on the past so much? But then when they cut somebody for the past in order to bring up new younger people from NXT, you complain about that.
Yeah.
And you complain about the fact that they cut them, like they were just supposed to pay Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods to just be behind the scenes. Like, no. Like guys, like this is actually what's best for Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, because it allows them to go work someplace else.
They can take their act they can take it to AEW.
Yeah, they can go to AEW. Whatever they want to do, they can do that. So, but anyway. But those were the wrestling things. We'll jump into Tech Tinker's favorite part of the show if he's still with us. All right, video game. We're going to be talking that basketball. No, we ain't talking about no basketball. All right, so we'll open up with Skyrim has officially returned with yet another new release.
Yes, it's 2026. We're getting Skyrim released again.
With the same one?
Is it the same one?
Yes.
Give me a second. I got to bow out for a quick second. You guys.
Okay, but this is a release for Skyrim on the Switch 2. So, sort of legit.
It's sort of legit, but it's sort of not.
Right.
How quaint.
Yeah. You know, I have a problem more with that. It's Bethesda that did the localization for the Switch 2, taking resources away from, you know, Elder Scrolls 6, when they probably could have just farmed it out to a company like Aspire.
Okay.
I mean, Aspire did great with the Knights of the Old Republic on the original Switch.
I don't know.
They did fine with GoldenEye 007 on the Switch. The only problem was that it's just too janky without the N64 controller. It just doesn't feel. It's like yeah.
I'm about to start gaming on the
Say
Switch.
janky.
And I
It
feel extremely sorry for my hands because those controllers, it's like holding an original Nintendo controller. When I first held it, my hands were so small, it felt big.
Yeah.
Now that I'm big, those controllers feel like I'm playing a Barbie Nintendo.
Well, my problem is, and I'm getting into this with my Starfield plays, is that I'm playing so much on my Switch now that I've got it hooked up to my TV on the Switch controller, hand controller, that the buttons are reversed. Okay. Xbox and PlayStation. Okay. Bottom center. That's always the A/X button that advances stuff.
Right.
With Nintendo, that's the B button position, which cancels stuff.
The B button
And
position.
their A button is where the cancel button is for Xbox and PlayStation 5. So I'm like, which button is it? It's like having your gas. It's like having your gas tank on the wrong side of the car that you're used to. You gotta remember, it's like, crap, which side is it on again?
That's crazy work.
I tell you, like to me, I'm good with the bumper buttons.
Oh yeah,
I'm good with the
bumper and trigger, no problem.
I'm good with the 4-button base.
Yeah,
it's just I don't know.
Yeah,
like I don't know.
So
to me, it will always be in there, and people will disagree. Oh, look, I'm a poet. I didn't even know it. But people will disagree. But to me, the Xbox is the most natural formation as far as controllers.
No, it's the Atari 2600 controller. Stick, thumb button. That's it. That's all you need.
I don't know. I don't know if I could map an entire video game to like an entire football video game to one maybe two, the top click button. Like, oh, okay, throw the ball to him. But how do I know which him I'm throwing it to? And whoever. Just press the button. When you want to run turbo, you just press the button and oh man, I would love to see that. Somebody do that. Somebody create one of those joysticks with the Legos and then make it work like that with like Madden or some shit. That should be
you need a Hotest stick.
All right, so the next story up is Multiversus leaker hints that Injustice 3 won't actually be Injustice 3, which means they'll probably just go with a different title, basically. What's up?
Well, this person, Multiverse Susie, who is obviously a fan of the failed Multiverses game.
Yeah.
Is suggesting that what we think of as Injustice 3 being developed could be Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe 2.
Nice.
Injustice 3.
Okay.
Or what I think is more likely, DCKO, which was the most recent all-encompassing arc that involved the entire DC universe in a gigantic fighting match organized by Darkseid.
Okay.
I'd rather see to me personally, I'd rather see the the Injustice story, because that's something that needs to be concluded, because there was a possibility of a cliffhanger.
Yeah,
If you
especially
played,
the bad ending.
yeah,
Yeah.
especially the bad ending. Oh yeah. And it was supposed to have been somewhat of a redemption arc for Damian Wayne. So
Yeah.
yeah, we'll have to see how that goes.
Yeah.
All right. I will say. All right. So the next story up here we'll jump to is beloved PS1 JRPG is getting a remake for modern consoles.
What travesty is this?
Tales of Eternia.
Tales of Eternity. Now they have all these. They list in the article. Final Fantasy VII. They've remade that. Xenogears. Where is my damn Xenogears remake? I've been wanting that game for years. Like, give me
You'll
that.
probably, and you know what? You'll probably never get it before, because they've read the Xeno saga so many times beforehand. But it's like we have never gotten a complete remake or anything of Xenogears. That's kind of like, what was the name of the Zone of the Enders? You get the second game all the time, but you never get the first one because it never gets done. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
So Tales of Eternia is got a new PEGI rating, which is the European Game Rating Board, but only for the Nintendo Switch. So it looks like the remastered for Tales of Eternia is going on to the Switch. So publisher Bandai Namco, they've been remastering a lot of the Tales RPG line. Tales of Berseria, Tales of Xillia, Tales of Symphonia.
Oh, I'll say, here's a quick side question, real quick. Just take us on a quick tangent. Is this going to be the new form of exclusivity? Where certain platforms are only going to, like, certain remakes are only going to go to certain platforms. Like, you can only get this remake on the PS5. You can only get this remake on the Switch. Yeah. You can only get this remake on the Xbox.
I don't think so. But Tales of Eternia.
Do you see them releasing this later on for the Xbox and the PlayStation?
Yeah. But Tales of Eternia has never been on a Nintendo console before. Okay. So it's being a Switch exclusive. Right. So, just going through my old retro libraries on my Series X and my PS5, I noticed games that are available exclusive on each and not available on the other. Some of them were available on Xbox and PlayStation at the same time, but who knows the minds of the corporate executives and how they figure out monetization.
All right. So that will close us out on that. And our final subject of the night, gentlemen, is one that will have you rolling in your grave with the release of what's up.
One real quick one that we skipped over for Saint. Louis Tan is down to play Cole Young in the next Mortal Kombat game.
No, that's what I was about to.
I'm sorry. I thought
that was our final subject.
Where are you next? Okay.
So I'll say yes. Louis Tan, the guy who infamously known as Cole from the first Mortal Kombat movie, has agreed to come back and play Cole Young in the Mortal Kombat game. And the only question I ask is why? I don't remember the character being that popular in the Mortal Kombat movie. So why would we want him in the game?
Because it's kind of like the same thing for Alice in Resident Evil. Huh?
Yeah.
Think about it. You're always, in every movie, and to me, in every video game movie adaptation, there's always that one character that's familiar to just the
the
movie
audience wants.
universe. Yeah, but everybody else are like the second characters because Alice was not a major character for Resident Evil. Hell, she wasn't even a character, even though they brought in the other characters as like second or third fiddle. That's just the same thing like with this situation. Come on, man.
Right. And apparently, Cole will be returning in this summer's Mortal Kombat 2.
Boo.
Is he gonna make a cameo appearance or is he gonna get killed off?
I don't know. It just says that he is appearing in Mortal Kombat 2.
Boo.
That's fucked up, Kev.
Yay. Anyway. So yeah, no, 100%. Like, if he comes back, he comes back. He played the role well enough, but I just know he wasn't anywhere near the best part of the original Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
There was so many things so much better. But I do like the fact that they're going to lean into the gore for this movie a little bit, because that's kind of what Mortal Kombat has always been known for.
Right.
I remember when they increased the blood in the game, and then you had the little 32x password that could turn on and off the blood on the Mortal Kombat game. So just in case your parents were watching.
Yeah, and apparently he says that he could do all the mocap for the character.
Well, if you're going to have the character come from the game, he should be doing the similar movements and moving a similar style to how Cole moves in the.
This was at a recent convention panel, and Mikad Brooks, who was on the panel, also was saying, "Yeah, you could just do the voice."
My dude, my boy Mikad Brooks. That's an actor that will never leave my mind. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
And then bringing him in as Jax was just beautiful. Symmetry. Love it. All right. So that will take us, fellas, out of video game reviews and into our final segment of the show. All right. Where can we find you next? When we tell you what places and things you can look forward to this upcoming week when it comes to the First GenXers broadcast network or the Double KK Double Network and the Double KK Double Network. Dave, kick us off. What is going on over there on the night shift this week, bro?
Night shift. I am back in Starfield, and I will be finishing off the first storyline tonight, getting my Star Eagle and my Ranger's badge, and we'll see where we go from there. That is the general plan, but hopefully I'll be able to get through all that stuff. And then once I get a decent mid-sized ship, I'm going to dig into the Terran Armada story more.
Okay. All right. So, Saint, what's going on with you in the collective over there?
All right. So we're just going to be doing our thing with MVT Fusion or MVT Deuce, whichever one. You know, I feel like springing out tonight, but we're definitely going to be going on after the classroom, and then we'll be getting in probably another 3 editions of Now versus Then this week. More or less getting back to the interviews. So, and that'll be jumping off on Tuesday, possibly Wednesday, but definitely Thursday. So we'll see how that goes.
All right. And then as for myself, you can find me, like the Saint just mentioned, on the classroom at 6 p.m. tonight. And you can also find me on Tuesday with, as you saw the promo in the video and thing, with Football Tuesdays. So we'll be back with some EA College Sports 26, as well as NBA Wednesday. And then on Wednesday with NBA Wednesdays and some NBA 2K 26 Thursdays. We'll either get a new rebranding for the time being, because unfortunately I cannot afford to purchase WWE 2K26. So we're going to stop SmackDown Thursdays for a quick minute, and we may go to Fighter Thursdays, in which we play a little UFC or maybe some Street Fighter or something along those lines. So be sure to join me and see what the new rebrand is. I haven't decided yet, but we'll know by Tuesday. All right. So y'all enjoy. Have a great week, and join us in a couple hours for Classroom, and see us next week for Cheap Pop. Gentlemen, as always, it has been a pleasure, and we are going to head on out.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get us a raid on.
Rate us out to somebody awesome.
All right.
Peace.
Bang, 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 bang.